Hiya, I'm Zoe Nichols. I own Soda Beauty and Blow Dry Bar. I'm a makeup artist and I'm also qualified level 4 in micropigmentation. This video is a short video to fully show all of my clients how and what exactly it is I do when I do a brow treatment. Start to finish, this video is going to show everything for you. So from the moment the client arrives, how we do a consultation, how we look at the client's expectations, how people do their brows normally. Prior to this, you would come in for a patch test. It's completely 100% essential. We patch test you for two things. One, the anaesthetic, and two, pigment, to check you're not allergic. Firstly, when you come in on the day of your tattoo appointment, we check that you haven't had any allergies to the pigment or the anaesthetic. Then we sit you down and we look at what you would like to achieve with your permanent makeup procedure. There are three main options for different brow looks that I can achieve for you. There is the first, softest, most natural look is a powder brow, to look as if the brows have been lightly filled with a simple brow shadow or eyeshadow. If a powder brow is too soft, you may wish to put more pigment in and go for a bolder look, and this is what we call a block brow. This is very popular with younger clients, the ones that, or people just that love a stronger, very penciled in look. It's still not as deep as a pencil itself, but it gives a nice defined brow. And the third option is a micro-bladed eye strokes hair brow. So instead of blocking out a colour, as if we're filling in a brow, we create new individual brow hair strokes into the skin that simulate the look of a brow hair. In this video, my client has come in with a fashionable, very drawn on brow. This is how she likes to wear her brows every day. When it comes to permanent makeup, you want to make sure that you do something that's going to look beautiful for years and years to come. We sat down together and during a consultation decided that we would go for a block, more filled out, darker brow than just a powder. And this would be the most defined brow that would suit the client and her lifestyle the most. During the consultation, I described fully the procedure that my client was going to have, how long it would take, what the overall look would be, how it would heal into her skin, any aftercare directly, and aftercare in the years to come to keep the brows looking as good as they do on the first treatment. The client signs a disclaimer form, and this is confirmation that she knows exactly which treatment she's going to have done today and is kept in her records for future use, so we know what needles and colour we used. For the first hour, we are focusing 100% on the shape and colour. This is the design, this is the framework, this is making sure that we get exactly what you want to have tattooed onto your eyebrows. It's perfect. This can take 5 minutes, it can take 55 minutes. All in all, it is about a whole hour of design work. Initially, we measure the brows, see where it would be perfect for them to start, finish, and where for them to peak. When you start, you just do the shaping with one colour. After the shaping, then comes the colour choices. You have to see whether the client has got a cool skin tone, a warm skin tone, or if they suit something more neutral. In the SofTap brand, there are really wide range of colours to suit everything from, in my video I'm using a model who is naturally a strawberry blonde. I'm quite a platinum blonde. There are clients with very warmer skin tones, darker skin tones, and there is a SofTap colour for everyone. You can see how we choose the colour once we know whether the client wants to go for a light colour, medium colour, or darker colour. Look at about between three and 5 options of the colour that would most suit them. You dot the colour right on the middle of the forehead and then smudge. Dot and smudge, the different colours. The dot represents how dark that the colour is going to be there and then, right as you're doing the treatment. And when they sit up and take their first look in the mirror, that is how dark their eyebrows are going to appear and be for the next 5 to 7 days. The smudge represents how that colour is then going to heal into your skin. So that's after 5 to 7 days, that is the colour that's going to be held into the skin, and truly the colour that you are left with. When I'm colour testing the SofTap colours, I dot and smudge, and I leave for a couple of minutes just to see how it can change with each person's skin tone. One colour that is absolutely perfect for one person might look horrifically ashy or horrifically warm or too dark or too light on the next person. So it's important that I dot and then smudge. What's one of the best things about the SofTap brand is how everything is sterile for each person. The needles are sterile, the stick that you clip the needle into is disposable. Everything on my workstation today is disposable. The needles go into a sharps box and they're disposed of through clinical waste. Everything that may contain blood or body fluids from pressing and wiping goes to clinical waste. There's no machines, there's no risk of cross-infection because each needle is disposable for that individual client. Those needles are completely thrown away, and on the client's top-up visit they get a new needle. When you come for a permanent makeup procedure, you shouldn't have to worry at all about cleanliness. That is all completely boxed off by me before your foot is stepping in the salon. Your safety is of how my hygiene is absolute paramount to my treatments. Now we're actually starting to tattoo the brows. I use a purple skin safe marker to outline the design that I've just spent the last hour achieving. The skin safe marker holds on to the brows shape as I use the first stage anaesthetic blockade to remove the pencil or powder that I've used to create the shape, making it initially a little bit more comfortable to start the tattoo procedure. For this block brow, we are using a 28 configuration needle, which is like 28 tiny needles in almost the shape of a pen. I've dipped this in colour Cafe Vienna, and then you lightly tap the colour into the skin. The first 5 minutes on each brow are, if there's any discomfort, this is usually the most uncomfortable part of the treatment. It feels a bit like a scratch for the first 5 minutes. Then I use icy cotton pads to press, wipe away the pigment, see what is left into the skin, then use Minerva, the second anaesthetic, over the top, and then that starts to sink in and almost completely numb up the rest of the procedure. For this particular brow look of a block brow, I passed between 7 and 10 times on each area, making sure underneath on the line was quite a lot stronger, and working towards the tails where there was a lot less brow hair growth naturally, so we needed to put that little bit more pigment in the skin. I work on one brow each time, start to finish, pressing with the cold icy pads, keeps any swelling at bay, feels more comfortable as you're going along. A light halo can sometimes appear around the brow shape, which is the Minerva anaesthetic, sinking into the skin and giving almost like a halo light effect, restricting any blood flow and making it feel more comfortable. So there are parts of the film now you can see that happening, and then sometimes more towards the end of each brow, about 20 to 30 minutes in, it might go a little bit pink, the area, as that starts to wear off slowly. Then we swap and do the other side exactly as we did before, passing blockade, topical anaesthetic through after the skin safe marker, pressing and wiping with icy pads, and slowly putting Cafe Vienna into the other brow. To soothe and relax at the end of doing both eyebrows, I like to use an icy cotton pad on both brows at the same time to give a cooling feeling. I'd like to take my after photo then and then I like to sit the client up, show them the shape, and then show them how to use their Recoverall aftercare balm. At the end of the very first brow treatment, the brows might look a little bit red, a little bit puffy. That's your skin, that's naturally to be expected. In 5 to 6 weeks time, I do the whole tattooing procedure again on the same area. So the client's aftercare advice for the rest of the day is to keep those brows clean. I give the client a brand new packet of cotton pads, completely factory sealed, and a brand new Recoverall for them to take home. They need to keep the brows clean, their hair off their face, put a fresh pillowcase and towel out for later on. For the rest of the day, the brows shouldn't feel too uncomfortable, but maybe feel slightly grazed. So the best thing to do is just put Recoverall on and keep some icy cotton pads in the fridge at home for you to press and wipe and reapply Recoverall. For the next few days, the brows are going to be quite dark, but then they go through a healing process within the skin. So they'll look very, very dark for 3 to 4 days. Then that colour will heal into the skin and they'll be left a lot lighter, like going back to the dab smudge test with the colour. They'll start to look more smudged and more, just a little bit lighter. So the skin is going to take 5 to 6 weeks to fully absorb that colour and heal and show the true result. After 5 to 6 weeks, you come back another time for another 60 minutes worth of treatment to make sure that the colour, the shape and the overall finish of the brows is exactly how you want them to be. So that's a post-treatment top-up included in the first initial cost and the first treatment. And it only takes another hour more. For more information, you can check out my website, zoenichols.co.uk. For more information about my salon, Soda Beauty and Blow Dry Bar, you can see sodasalons.com. Thanks for watching.